Greetings and welcome to another video. It's the early hours of Sunday, 31st of October 2021. Welcome to Halloween. I bring to you another story from the book Some Ghostly Tales of Shropshire by Christine McCarthy. And this particular tale is from the Stiperstones. And at the Stiperstones, there is a tale of a man called Wild Edric, spelt Edric. And we're going to go through what this tale has to offer us here on this Halloween this year. Let's see if I make sure I can read this properly first, yeah. Bear with me. A few years ago, a farmer was taken to court because he had been placing dead lambs in the forks of trees on his farm. Several local witnesses explained, however, that this was a common local custom. Some people still believed in the superstition that if lambs were buried, nearly all of the lambs born later on the farm would die at birth. Nevertheless, the farmer was still fined. Although many of these superstitions are now dying out, there are still farms in the area where no person goes near the cowsheds after a certain hour on Christmas Eve, because on this particular night, all cattle are supposed to bow the knee in honor of Christ's birth in the stable. A story is told that someone once tried to see if this really happened, and his dead body was found with the cows the next morning. It is considered unlucky to burn mountain ash and the elder tree, and some people still object to a woman visitor on New Year's Day unless it is afternoon. Lead miners used to think it an ill omen if they saw a woman on their way to work in the early morning. It was even known for a man to turn and go back home if this had happened. It was also considered unlucky to whistle in a lead mine. Sing for lead, whistle for coal. Wild Edric is said to haunt the lead mines of the Stiperstones and to ride out with his followers whenever England is threatened with a serious war. He is seen riding across the Stiperstones in the direction of the enemy country. Just before the Crimean War, a miner and his daughter saw them pass by. The girl was told to cover her face with her hands or she would go mad. She managed to watch the riders through the spaces between her fingers and described Edric as a dark man with short curly hair and black eyes. He wore a green cloak and coat and a green cap with a white feather. He carried a horn and wore a sword hanging from a golden belt. His wife, Lady Godda, rode by his side with her yellow hair flowing over her green dress. She wore a white linen band with a gold ornament around her head and a short dagger at her waist. Wild Edric was a real person. He led the men of Shropshire against William the Conqueror and besieged the town of Shrewsbury. He was a hero until he suddenly made peace with the king in the year 1070. It is always stressed that he did not surrender, but made peace of his own accord. It is thought that he later again rebelled against the king because all his lands passed into Norman hands. It is not known when he died, and for this reason it is local tradition that he did not die. Because he gave up the fight, he and his followers are condemned to haunt the lead mines until all the wrongs of his troubled times are righted and can be seen to give warning of national peril. In peacetime, they can be heard knocking in the mines, and miners therefore consider this knocking as a good omen. The Stiperstones are also believed to have been a meeting place for local witch covens, and this may account for the legend that all the ghosts of the county meet there on the longest night of the year to choose their king. On the top is a massive pile of rocks known as the Devil's Chair, in which the devil is supposed to sit from time to time. If any human tries to sit in it, a thunderstorm at once arises. So, personally, until reading you this story just now, I'd never heard of Wild Edric and his hauntings of the Stiperstones to warn of when England was in peril. I don't know if that legend is true or how widespread or how well known that legend is. Are there more legends about Wild Edric telling the same story or similar stories? It would be good for me to look up the local history of Shropshire and find out more about Wild Edric. And it'd be nice to learn more about some of the folklore and stories about the man. Does anyone watching this video know about Wild Edric? No? Do you know about the folklore and the stories about the man? Please, in the comments section below this video, if you know anything about Wild Edric, please share your stories. Do you know someone who does know the stories? Again, share. I'd like to learn more. On that note, I'm going to finish this story here. I'm going to finish this video here. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Take care, be safe, and happy Halloween.